Hey everyone, Daniela Bruce here, and I will be your guide for the next half hour on this special edition of State Champs. So sit back, relax, and enjoy an in-depth, exciting look at the esports scene right here in Michigan.
This State Champs Esports Special is presented by Lawrence Technological University, where Blue Devils dare. Respawn Products, live to play another day. Stryker, discover your strengths and follow your passion with us. Hungry Howie's Dough Raiser, your next fundraiser comes with flavored crust. Michigan Legacy Credit Union, building, preserving, sharing your legacy.
Did you know that professional esports has been around for almost 20 years? In fact, our state is home to several pro teams. The Detroit Pistons have their own NBA 2K team, Pistons GT, who compete across the country against other NBA teams. There's also the Detroit Renegades, who have several teams that travel to the world's largest tournaments. Colleges and even high schools have now gotten into the competitive gaming space, and that's where we come in. Here at State Champs, we've always been focused on high school athletics. But over the past few years, we've been on the forefront of growing esports in Michigan high schools. Let's take a look at how we got into that game.
What's the fastest growing sport in the world? Esports, with a projected 589 million players by the year 2020. Like robotics, State Champs, again breaking new ground by creating Esports Michigan 2 years ago. In the spring of 2017, State Champs assembled 16 teams representing high schools from around the Detroit metro area to compete in the first ever League of Legends high school single-day tournament. It was a huge success with hundreds of thousands of dollars of scholarship money given away by Lawrence Technological University. But we didn't stop there. Flash forward to 2018. Esports Michigan created an 8-week virtual league with 32 schools competing across Michigan. From the UP to the Ohio border, esports now officially a sport in the state of Michigan. The top 16 teams now invited to a 2-day competition with even more scholarship money up for grabs. Here's what some of the participants had to say about it.
Well, we loved it last year. This was our greatest experience.
It's our second year.
We had second year with these guys. They're like our brothers.
All original members. Oh, cool.
Yeah, all original members. It's great.
We love to be back, and we're coming for the finals.
Yeah, I feel like this is a really great competition because people they play this at home and they have fun, right? But when it comes to actual competition, it's just the hype around it and meeting people that have the same interests and talking to them about it. It's just really fun, and you get to meet new people, make new friends, and then at the end you can try to win and take it all home.
Although none of their competitors were on last year's team, the defending championship school, Troy, was in the finale. Their opponents, Birmingham Seahome. Both teams had amazing seasons, and these were clearly the top two left standing. We had an epic battle that went the max 3 games. The team from Troy, called Loyalty, were the victors when it was all said and done.
We learned 2 completely different play styles that we could use, and we had champion pools that we could always pick through, and we just got a lot better over the course of a day.
I know all of us had a really fun time. I mean, we definitely made it farther than we thought we did. We had some really close matches throughout the entire tournament. I mean, it was just an overall good experience for all of us.
Both teams had great reason to celebrate as the runners-up from Seahome each received $14,000 per year in scholarship money to Lawrence Tech. The champs from Troy received $16,000 each per year. That's $600,000 in total scholarship money Lawrence Technological University awarded. Several years ago, LTU recognized that the job market would soon demand professionals in coding, graphic arts, and other skills. Graduating with a Lawrence Tech degree in game art gets you prepared for a variety of professions in one of the most fun and challenging fields in technology. Whether they go for a degree in computer science, graphic design, or game art, there are over 100 degree programs offered at LTU.
I'm Andrew Blanchard. I'm the tournament director over at State Champs Esports, and I'm going to talk to you today about the game we are playing. The game is League of Legends. For those of you who don't know what this game is and are just tuning in, League of Legends is one of the most popular video games in the world. It is played by over 100 million active users and spans the entire world. The finals for this game brought in 43 million unique viewers just this last year. So what is League of Legends and why is it so popular? League of Legends is what is considered a MOBA, a multiplayer online battle arena where you have 5 people playing 5 people to defeat the other's base. Seems pretty simple, but it gets complicated. In League of Legends, there are what we call lanes. These are the roles of which the players are going to play once they get into the game. You have a top lane, a mid lane, and a bottom lane. In the bottom lane, you'll have 2 players playing together, one playing a hyper-scaling late-game damage-dealing threat that the other team is going to have to deal with, and somebody else playing a support that's there to make sure that they can get to that later stage of the game. In between the game, you'll see these areas of darkness. We call this the jungle. Inside of this is the jungler, the person who thrives going from camp to camp, helping out the lanes and making sure the game goes as smooth as it can for the team. The goal is just to get to the enemy base, why not just walk there? Across the Summoner's Rift are these turrets. You have to defeat all of the turrets in a lane, an inhibitor, and the turrets in front of the base itself in order to destroy the base and thus win the game. The entire objective of the game revolves around you coordinating your 5 players against the coordination of the other 5 players to make sure you take down their turrets, they don't take down your turrets, and you beat their base. Other than that, it's pretty simple. You'll see a lot of amazing gameplay that we're gonna hope to highlight best for you guys. I've been Andrew Blanchard with State Champs Esports, and that was League of Legends.
We've got to take a quick break, but when we return, we're going to go inside one of Michigan's leading high school esports programs. All that and more when State Champs Esports returns.
I chose Lawrence Tech for the architecture program and volleyball team. Architecture is a great fit for me because I love math and design. Now I combine them with technology to create beautiful structures. At Lawrence Tech, I didn't have to wait until my 3rd year to start designing. Our hands-on education begins right from day 1. And I'm really excited about LTU's Design Center in Detroit. Lawrence Tech, where Blue Devils dare.
Welcome to Hungry Howie's.
We ordered one of the new stuffed flavored crust pizzas. Sorry, when my stomach talks, I always listen. Of course I'll share it with you. Do not use that language with me.
Flavor starts here with fresh dough made daily and 100% real mozzarella cheese. Order a large 2-topping pizza for just $7.99 and make it a stuffed flavored crust for only $2 more.
Hungry?
Howie's!
I love working for Stryker.
I'm genuinely excited to come to work every day.
We support each other and look out for each other.
I love Stryker because we are like a family.
At Stryker, I own my career.
There are so many different places Stryker can take me in the next 5 years.
Together, with our
customers,
we are driven
to make
healthcare better.
Great people with a strong mission and values can accomplish great things together.
Welcome back and thanks for staying with us. Since esports is a relatively new phenomenon, we decided to go behind the scenes at one of the newer programs to see how they got started.
My name is Anthony Scala. I am one of the co-founders of Divine Child Esports here located in Dearborn, Michigan. We started pretty much year zero, ground zero, last spring where we decided, you know what, we have some interest in League of Legends, let's try to host a team. And we participated in the Lawrence Tech League where we didn't do very well. The group of us collectively, myself, my brother Dominic Scala, my friend Anthony Ronchato, and the other admin, Matthew Mooney, all met over the summer, decided that we really wanted to pursue this on a whole different degree of that than most Michigan high schools are doing right now. So from there, we decided that we would go through, find sponsors for us potentially. So we solicited the companies like Active Solutions Group, which is a local IT company that was responsible for our gaming rigs. We talked to Bloody Gaming, which is a peripheral company based out of California who provided us with all of our peripherals today. And we decided to make it larger than just that typical club mantra. And that's where a lot of programs die. And that's what Robert Morris had told me as well when I spoke with them pretty extensively when we were trying to build a program, is that do not get caught in the stigma that this is just a club. Push for it to be a sport, push for it to be more. The reality is, traditional sports are not always for everybody. Not everyone's gonna be a stud football player, throw a 95-mile-an-hour curveball as a lefty. It's just not feasible. Everyone excels at different things, and adopting esports into the regimen allows kids an opportunity who have traditionally usually not had an opportunity to be a part of such a team sport and atmosphere. We have kids that are wearing Divine Child Esports jerseys right now that may have probably never been given a jersey of any kind in their life up until this point. They get to develop those team skills and those soft skills that are so translatable into the college world and moving forward to be successful, when a lot of those kids are otherwise pushed to the back burner and told, yeah, you know, do your own thing on your own time, and we're just gonna kind of tell you not to do it. One of our admins, Matthew Mooney, actually had an opportunity to sit down with MHSAA. They are very on board on adopting this. They're just looking for more information. A lot of these programs, schools, and clubs, they just lack the general information to get started. They don't know where to go. A lot of them don't know what esports necessarily entails. So not only are we looking to build our own brand and program up, but we're also willing to help other schools start their own programs and brand as well. There's going to be a lot of bumps and bruises in the way. It's a new program. You're launching something that virtually not a lot of schools are doing in our state, and not even a ton in the country so far. It's going to be a process. There's such a big learning curve to it, but do not get discouraged when pursuing it.
Hey guys, I'm Howie, and I'm a producer here at State Champs Esports. Now today, I wanted to talk to you guys about how fun and easy it is to start a League of Legends team at your high school. Step 1, all you have to do is find yourself a teacher. Now I know that it might sound hard, but really it's very simple. You just need to find a teacher who might be into gaming, or just some teacher that is willing to go to the games and practices and make sure everything's going fun and smoothly. Step 2 is to spread the word. All you need are 5 students to play on your League of Legends team. Just start asking around, because I can guarantee there are at least 5 students at your school that are playing League of Legends right now. Step 3 is to decide on details. Now all that means is finding out practice times, practice location, and setting up your season schedule. Step 4 is effective communication, whether that's through Facebook, Twitter, Discord, or Slack, to help keep your team members in the loop, as well as any students that might be interested for years to come. Step 5 is to compete. Sign your team up for a League of Legends tournament so you guys can get in on the action. Just like our very own, hosted by Lawrence Tech, where you can sign up at statechampsesports.net.
If you'd like to start a team at your high school, visit the contact page at our website, statechampsesports.net. Our staff will be more than happy to help you out. Stay with us. State Champs Esports will be back.
I'm on the Blue Devil football team, and that's a great place to be, because other colleges wouldn't let me be both a football player and a nursing student. And just because I'm a dog on the field doesn't mean I can't take care of people. And man, do I love people. The small class sizes at LTU give me awesome access to my nursing professors. Lawrence Tech, where Blue Devils dare.
It's hard for young people to get financed, and Michigan Legacy helped me get my first auto loan. For that, I'm forever grateful, and I love this credit union.
At Michigan Legacy Credit Union, students are eligible to get a car loan without a cosigner. We are offering car loans to members who are 18 years or older and have not established credit yet. If you have a job, Michigan Legacy Credit Union can provide a car loan you can afford, allowing you to make your first big purchase. Go to MichiganLegacyCU.org to learn more. Start your financial future with Michigan Legacy Credit Union.
Fundraising should be fresh, flavorful, and simple. We have the perfect solution at Hungry Howie's. Dough Raiser. Your team or school can sell paper pizza certificates that can be redeemed for one medium pizza at participating locations.
We've been doing this fundraiser for about 4 years, and it's the easiest and best and most profitable fundraiser they have in Michigan.
Go to doughraiser.com to learn more and sign up. Your next fundraiser comes with flavored crust. Welcome to Hungry Howie's Dough Raiser.
Welcome back. If you're just joining us, I'm Daniela Bruce, and you are tuning into the first ever State Champs Esports TV show. We've spent a lot of time talking about League of Legends so far, but we are thrilled to announce that this fall we will be launching our Rocket League tournament. What's that, you ask? Take a look.
Hi, I'm Colin Graham, the manager here at State Champs Esports. Now, I think we've talked to you about League of Legends and how popular it is in the esports scene, but there is a ton of other titles that are just as popular in esports. Titles such as Dota 2, which is a MOBA similar to League of Legends and is one of the biggest titles in the world, with one of the highest purses ever given out in esports. Then everybody knows about Fortnite. Fortnite is considered a battle royale where it is either 1 versus 99, 2 versus 98, or 4 versus 96. It's the last man standing. The nice thing about Fortnite is cross-platform. There's also multi-platform. It's free to play, and it's just fun. Other battle royales include PUBG, Apex Legends, Call of Duty Blackout, and Battlefield 5. After that, we have games like Overwatch, which would be considered an FPS game or a first-person shooter. It is one of the largest first-person shooters on the market right now, being aired on ESPN2 for the Overwatch League Finals. It is a 6 versus 6 game. Each match is objective-based, where you either attack or defend, and it has many maps that can play in each map. It's also, like other games, multi-platform, being played on Xbox, PC, or PS4. We also have Rocket League, which is created by Psyonix. The competitive scene is ran by Tespa, and it's basically soccer with cars. Just think little bitty micro RC cars hitting around a giant soccer ball. Typically it's 1v1, 2v2, or 3v3. It can also be played on multiple platforms, so if you have a Nintendo Switch, you can play it with somebody that's on Xbox One or PC. That brings us on to one of my favorite games, which is Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. It's all the characters, all the time, on all the maps. You can play as 1v1, 2v2, or if you're with a group of people, you can play as an 8-person free-for-all. It is one of the biggest fighting games currently on the market, with one of the best followings, and is probably the most family-friendly. We end our games with Counter-Strike Global Offensive, commonly known as CSGO. It is the oldest running FPS game on the market, going all the way back to 2000 with the first Counter-Strike title. It's objective-based, it's a 5v5, and most major tournaments have a prize pool of about $1 million. I'm Colin Graham from State Champs Esports. That's just a few of the titles you can see in esports today.
With more and more students competing at the high school level, it's not surprising that universities are starting to offer scholarships for club and varsity teams. We caught up with some college coaches to find out more.
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised in 2030 that almost every major or every university has a game room facility that esports operates out of. Esports is a pretty grassroots thing that isn't going away. I mean, it's hard to take down $1 billion industry.
So I like to find students who have been playing the games for a little bit, and then we always look for strong students as well, looking at their GPA. We have the same GPA requirements as any of our traditional athletics. They have mandatory study tables like our traditional athletes. Knowing that they've been on a team is really helpful as well. Some students that we're bringing in or might bring in have never been a part of a team, and that can be a big learning experience as well. The benefits that come with participating in an athletic program at the college level are now trickling into esports, which is just great for student athletes.
The biggest thing that I'm going to be concerning myself with all of our student athletes is their academics. Without that, they're not going to be successful when they graduate. You know, we want them to be students first and athletes second. Some of the programs that I like to encourage our student athletes to take in the esport world is we have a sport management degree program, which if you're playing 4 years of collegiate esports and you get a sports management bachelor degree, you're setting yourself up to be a manager, team coach, a number of different roles within an esport organization. And so for my generation to kind of look at the generation below me coming up, I'm kind of jealous of all the support and how, you know, video games have become a culture embedded within that generation.
But I've heard so many times, I wouldn't have these friends if it wasn't for esports. I wouldn't be part of this community. I would just be home playing alone if it wasn't for these people. Sometimes I just sit there and it feels so satisfying to be part of something. To undervalue the community is to do esports a really big injustice, because it's a strong community and it teaches young people good things when done right.
Of course, you're going to have some people who are like, hey, that doesn't belong in athletics, or that's not a sport. But to those people, I think when they sit down and talk and actually ask the questions that they have, they realize that esports is a lot like traditional athletics in the lessons learned and the opportunities that we give to students. I have student athletes of traditional athletics who have reached out and like, hey, how can I get a part of this? Like, I'm really good at this game. Can I be a part of this as well?
What's up, guys? My name is Ali Hattie. I'm a producer here at State Champs Esports. Now, it's one thing to understand a sport and how it's played, and it's a whole other ball game when it comes down to understanding the jargon. My personal favorite is cheese. Now, cheesing is when somebody finds a cheap way to win. Wrecked. This is when another player who is typically better than you tries to defeat you in some really embarrassing way, and they'll tell you to get wrecked. The next one is flaming. Now, flaming is essentially when somebody loses. Typically, it leads to them talking about one's mother, and that moves us into ganking. Now, what ganking is when you have a really, really good player, an entire team will just start to team up on them and then just repeatedly get rid of them. Well, I hope these help. My name is Ali Hattie once again, and I'll see you guys on the battlefield.
It's time for one last break, so stick around for more. But while we're gone, make sure you follow us on Twitter, Instagram, like us on Facebook, and definitely subscribe to our Twitch channel for all of our live streaming.
I admit it, I love working with money, negotiating, and making big decisions. That's why I'm majoring in finance and economics at Lawrence Tech. What's truly amazing about the education here is the small class sizes that give me easy access to my professors who truly care about my future. They even helped me get a great internship. And I was able to fulfill my lifelong dream of playing college golf. Lawrence Tech, where Blue Devils dare.
I love working for Stryker.
I'm genuinely excited to come to work every day.
We support each other and look out for each other.
I love Stryker because we are like a family.
At Stryker, I own my career.
There are so many different places Stryker can take me in the next 5 years.
Together, with our
Customers.
we are driven
To make
healthcare better.
great people with a strong mission and values can accomplish great things together.
Attention graduating class of 2019, Michigan Legacy Credit Union is offering college scholarships.
I'm glad I opened my account. I used the Michigan Legacy Credit Union Scholarship to help attend community college.
Just open an account at Michigan Legacy Credit Union and apply for our scholarship. We are awarding 10 $1,000 scholarships for the graduating class of 2019. Go to MichiganLegacyCU.org to learn more. Start your financial future with Michigan Legacy Credit Union.
Welcome back. Have you guys ever wanted to make video games instead of just playing them? Then you need to check out LTU's Game Art program.
LTU recently ranked 29th in the Princeton Review for being one of the top 50 undergraduate schools to study game design. The Princeton Review chose the schools based on a survey it conducted in 2016, and out of 150 institutions offering game design coursework or degrees, naturally, LTU made the list. The Game Art program at Lawrence Tech combines instructions in both art and computer design. Many design classes are project-focused with hands-on activities, giving students a better opportunity to focus on their individual talents and creative interests.
I mean, this is something that incorporates a lot of different disciplines. So the students typically, even though they're game-specific, they end up getting into architecture, they get into graphic design, they get into writing, they get into all of these different fields, and it really depends on the project. So if they're working on something that takes place in feudal Japan, they're studying that kind of architecture, that kind of culture. So 3 times a year we do a game jam. So this is 48 hours, students, local developers, they come in, start and finish a game. It's a lot of work to do, but it's probably one of the best experiences our students get. And it's something that I recommend if anybody is interested in game development, that's what you gotta do. It's a short burst, you learn a ton, but more importantly, you end up meeting a lot of people. It's a lot more work than it seems, and we're submitting them to things. So the students are actually publishing work, which is fairly unique. It's very project focused. We were actually exhibiting at the Electronic Entertainment Expo. So this was next to, Square Enix, Ubisoft, and Disney, and all of these bigwigs.
If you're interested in game art and want to learn more about the degree program, head over to ltu.edu and find out how you can put your future success into hyperdrive.
Hey everyone, I am Ethan Williams, the Assistant Tournament Director for our High School League of Legends series. Our regular season is over, and I'm going to talk to you about how everything shook up with the standings. we have our Division I champion, Star International Academy, coming in at 10-3, definitely showing everyone who's boss in Division I. Very clear-cut champion, but with Lake Orion High School, East Kentwood High School, and Buchanan High School all being contenders. International Academy Central has also made a good showing. It's very clear that Star International Academy came out on top for this division. Moving to Division II, we have another champion of the people, Athens High School, 12-1, 97 points, head and shoulders above the rest of the division, with Carl Sandburg, Munster, and Unilab, as well as Dakota High School, all being very close around second place, but Athens High School definitely leading Division II. For our Division III, we have our only undefeated team, Birmingham United, our team from Seaholm High School, 14-0, 87 points, absolutely ran the show in Division III. If you want good gameplay, watch Birmingham. Second place for Division III, we have Granville High School at 10-2, also a fantastic showing. In Division IV, we have Warren Career Prep Center leading the division, 92 points. Divine Child is in second place with 64 points. And then West Bloomfield, Chip Valley are pretty close to third place at 60 and 59 points respectively. But again, this was another division with the first place team a good amount of points above the rest of the division. For Division 5, we have Clarkston High School, who was almost undefeated until just this past week. They were handed their first loss, but they ended up 13-1, taking the first place spot in Division 5, followed by the 11-2 Bentley High School. And then Anchor Bay is coming up at third place with 47 points. Once again, champion of Division 5, Clarkston High School, 13-1. Division 6, yet another far ahead of the rest of the division, Pinckney Community High School, 12-2, 38 points. The closest teams were Napoleon Area High School and the Livonia Lizards at 10-4 and 11-1 with 34 points each. Yeah, so it seems the champion of each division was very clear cut. I'm Ethan Williams. Thanks for tuning in. It's been a great time.
If you'd like to see these teams compete in person, then you've got to come out to our championship tournament on May 18th and 19th in Southfield, Michigan, on the campus of Lawrence Tech University. For more information, you can check out our website, statechampsesports.net. We've had a great time on this edition of State Champs Esports, and we hope you did too. We'll see you next time.
This State Champs Esports Special is presented by Lawrence Technological University, where Blue Devils dare. Respawn Products, live to play another day. Stryker, discover your strengths and follow your passion with us. Hungry Howie's Dough Raiser, your next fundraiser comes with flavored crust. Michigan Legacy Credit Union, building, preserving, sharing your legacy.